What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. For today's video, I wanted to go more in depth as to why I found the Modern Warfare 2 beta so unfun. In my last video, I mentioned how I played a couple games and just nothing about this game gripped me. Nothing about this game made me want to play it. And that was disappointing. Even though I had low expectations, even though I didn't pre-order this game or anything like that, I wanted this game to grip me. I wanted this game to make me want to play it because I want to enjoy Call of Duty. I want to like Call of Duty. It is not fun for me to not enjoy it. I like making videos. It's hard for me to make videos about a game I don't like, which is why I didn't talk at all about Call of Duty Vanguard, because frankly, I didn't like that game. You might be watching Vanguard gameplay right now, but it didn't mean I liked the game. It meant I had one gameplay left on my hard drive, and you guys are watching it right now. And I wanted to stay away from the common criticisms that you've heard about Modern Warfare 2's beta. The footsteps, the minimap, the red dots, the names above enemy players' heads, whatever it might be. I do not want to touch on those points in this video because you guys know that I am aligned with the community here, that I believe the same issues that most of the community believes in. Instead, I want to focus on problems that I've seen that are persisting over the last few Call of Duties. And I'm actually not going to talk too much about Black Ops Cold War because I don't think Black Ops Cold War suffers from the same problems that Modern Warfare 2's beta, Call of Duty Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 2019 suffer from. Yes, part of the problem with Call of Duty from Black Ops Cold War was the fact that it lacked content at launch. But if you look at that game today versus when it launched, it's a much better game. On top of that, I thought generally it just felt like a Call of Duty game. And I feel that that's one of the biggest issues right now with Modern Warfare 2's beta, is it does not feel like I'm playing Call of Duty. From a 6v6 standpoint, this game does not feel like I'm playing Call of Duty. And it actually feels like the same game that I played with Call of Duty Vanguard, where I don't feel like I'm playing Call of Duty when I'm playing it. I feel like I'm playing some cheap ripoff that's in between Battlefield and Call of Duty. And that's problematic. I've been playing this series for so long, I shouldn't feel like I'm playing a completely different game. Does that mean they're innovating? Does that mean that they're being ambitious? Maybe. But in reality, it just feels like bad game design. It doesn't feel as smooth. It doesn't feel like I'm the same type of soldier as I was in Black Ops Cold War, or that I was in Modern Warfare 2 in 2009, or the same player I was in Black Ops 2. I can go back to those games, and those games still feel like Call of Duty. And then I go back to the modern day games, and it's like, this isn't COD. This is some cheap ripoff. It just does not feel the same. The other thing was I was asking a few friends of mine who played the beta, and I asked them, honestly, what were your thoughts? And they said basically the same criticism I had. But then they also said, I was questioning whether or not I was good at Call of Duty anymore. They're like, I had a tough time going positive. I had a tough time doing anything that wasn't a detriment to my team. And he's like, I had to go back and play old Call of Duties to see if I was still bad at it. And then he's like, no, I went into those lobbies and I was just fine. I could shoot my gun straight. I could hit the targets I was, looking at. I could run and gun. I could do those things. I can't do them here in Modern Warfare 2. And I think that's part of the problem. Something in the game design, something about this game, and I noticed it a lot in Vanguard, and I noticed it here in the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Footsteps and all those things aside, there is something in these games, in this game design, that is fundamentally different than past Call of Duties, that make it so old players and old ways that you used to play aren't viable anymore. Rushing has definitely been toned down tenfold here in Modern Warfare 2's beta, all because of different design choices they've made. But I feel that in a general gunfight, in a genuine gunfight, it is much more random than it has ever been. And that is the problem. I don't feel that the gunfights, doesn't matter how much you want to stack on your side, are fair. I feel that every time you're in a gunfight, it is a 50-50 chance you're going to get the kill and a 50-50 chance that you're going to die. Because there were times in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, and I noticed this, where I'd be behind an enemy, I'd be shooting him, he would eat an extra couple shots, turn around, and kill me in 2 bullets. And I'd sit there, in disarray and be like, sorry, what just happened? Did that really just happen? And you have to wonder, am I just a bad shot? Did I not hit the shots I thought I hit? Was it bad netcode? All these things. But I think the problem is I think that there are a lot of times where it's just a randomizer. There were times where it's like a guy would put 6 or 7 bullets into me and I know they're hitting me, right? You know your screen's getting red and then you pop them in 3 shots and you're like, I did not deserve that kill. And I feel that that randomness and that unpredictability is super problematic. Yes, Call of Duty has always had randomness. It has always had unpredictability. If anything, that was part of its charm way back in the golden years. But the level of unpredictability in each gunfight creates an unfun atmosphere, creates something that isn't enjoyable, because that skill that you've worked so hard to attain is kind of thrown out the window for an RNG situation instead. And there were times where I'd play Black Ops 2, maybe it was even Modern Warfare Remastered, where I stacked the deck so hard against myself that I knew that I'd probably die in this situation, but I know that I have the reflexes and the gun skill to get out of it. It doesn't feel that way in Modern Warfare 2. It feels like if you at all in any way, shape, or form stack the deck against yourself, you're most likely going to die, because no matter if reflexes or anything like that are going to go your way. So, whether it's trying to be an aggressive player, whether it's trying to patrol the game the way you need to, it feels that every single situation is completely unpredictable. And that goes along with the spawns, and that goes along with the map design. All of these small little additions to the game have made it so that unpredictability and randomness has sucked the fun out of Call of Duty. Because there was something so sweet about knowing a guy would come around the corner, you had the jump on him, you knew he was going to be there, you'd positioned yourself, and then you know, hey, the next guy's going to come through that door, I'm going to pop him too. And I can think so many times of playing Raid on Black Ops 2, being able to predict where guys are going to come from, and being able to get kills left, right, and center, or playing on High Rise, on Modern Warfare 2, knowing where players are going to be, knowing when it's time to go down below and go back up underneath to get into one of the bases. Knowing that level of map knowledge used to be helpful, but now that it feels that every single interaction with an enemy player is completely randomized, that level of confidence is completely ripped away from the player. Anytime you're shooting a player cross map, it feels that that gunfight is just hitting a random number generator, whether or not those bullets are going to connect or not, and whether or not your opponent's going to have time to fight back in that fight. And that's the problem. And I think that that is why Call of Duty has moved away from being fun. It used to be controlled chaos. It used to be predictable chaos. And hell, there was some randomness involved, but it was fun randomness. And now, all those skills you've attained have all basically been nerfed in favor of more randomness, more uncontrolled chaos, and more unpredictability. And that, to me, is problematic and bad game design. So that's where I am right now. That is why I feel like Call of Duty isn't for me. Because I don't like mundane tactical shooters. I like fast-paced, chaotic shooters. But the chaos is controlled. The chaos is manageable. It is understandable. It is something that you can learn from. There are so many gunfights I got into in Modern Warfare 2's beta where legitimately my only takeaway was, I don't know what happened there. And that shouldn't be the case. And that, to me, is why I do not enjoy the new Call of Duty games. Why I've found that the new Call of Duty games are nowhere near the same tier as the golden years of Call of Duty, as the names they pretend to be. This game may parade around as Modern Warfare 2, but I'll tell you what, it is nowhere near the same game that Modern Warfare 2 was when it released in 2009. So, I'd love to hear your comments down below. What is it for you that feels so different about these new Call of Duties? What is it for you that you like about these new Call of Duties? I know that we've been negative here for a little while, but let's try to be a little bit more positive. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.